日本時間5月21日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手が敵地でのパドレス戦に1番投手兼 DH で先発出場をしました。この日の大谷選手は打者として初回の第1打席で先頭打者本塁打、投手として5回3安打無失点の力投で4勝目の活躍を見せました。4登板ぶりの二刀流解禁でチームを連勝に導き、ドジャースの首位を堅守する活躍に、試合後の両陣営からは大谷選手を称賛するコメントで溢れていました。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Shohei Ohtani is on the mound tonight, and he will be hitting as well, something he's done a lot over the last week. Since last Tuesday, how about a .522 batting average? He's 12 for 23, one home run among his 6 extra base hits. He's knocked in 9 runs, walked 6 times, 5 strikeouts, and he has scored 6 runs. And Dave Roberts, he gave Shohei a couple days off from DHing last week. He'd really been grinding at the plate, Jerry, and whether it's related or not, Shohei's looked a lot better. He has a 6-game hitting streak right now, 4 straight multi-hit games. What have you noticed from Shohei?
He's staying square. He made a physical adjustment. Listen, we all go through this. I don't care who you are. Even the best player on the planet will go through your struggles. You get out of whack with your swing. You just don't feel great at the plate. Opened up, then he went, okay, I'm going to overcorrect, kind of like on a golf course. I'm going to overcorrect, and that got even worse. Now he's settled in, he's staying square, using the middle of the field a whole lot more, not afraid to have a 2-strike approach go the other way. And then when they do make a mistake, he's able to drop the bad head and rifle it down the right field line. So we're seeing a more confident, that's the swing right there.
Yep.
Going the other way, a little Ichiro-esque. Back in the day when I played with Gonzo, he would talk about, hey, when I get to 2 strikes or against a tough lefty, I'm going to go a little Ichiro, go the other way. And this is what I love, John. Brother, when you have a chance to make a statement in big games, fly that helmet off, brother. Show that great hair, and he better have a hair deal in the next week or so because he does have a great lettuce.
Yeah, staying square. I mean, we saw him pulling off big time earlier in the season when he was really struggling. I mean, those hips, the shoulders, everything was flying. The swing was long. He was underneath the ball. He was around the ball. And those swings right there, especially that double that you said down the left field line, when you're square like that, the pitcher has nothing to come at you with, and that's what he's showing. That's why he's had all the success in Anaheim, San Diego here. It's great to see him stay square because when he's square, he's the best in the game.
Hi, John. Well, first with Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers have been very intentional with how they've been managing this year. Of course, we saw the offensive numbers. They were struggling to start the season. They felt that he was dealing with a little bit of fatigue, just getting back to his two-way duties at a full-time clip. And even understanding that he has started the season being healthy with big goals of receiving a Cy Young when it comes to what he's doing on the mound. So he has not hit in his last 2 starts. Today, he is back out there. He had a rest at some time here recently in this past week. So for Shohei, back out there, Dave Roberts talked about what he liked about putting him in the lineup today.
I think it's all the above. I think that obviously it's a big series, and you know, with the way he's swinging the bat, I feel it gives us the best chance to win. And you know, last week, giving him a couple days off to reset, I thought that was beneficial. We're on the heels of an off day tomorrow, so I think all that in total, it just made sense to have him hit today.
You know who else has been lights out recently? The guy that's going to start the game. Shohei Ohtani only allowed 4 runs all season, Jerry, none in his last 11 innings on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, he has been locked in. And listen, it's no secret. His desire is to be that Cy Young Award winner this year. And it's something he's shooting for, and there's nothing wrong with that, because when he is doing these type of great things, that means we're winning ball games. Shohei Ohtani, use that fastball. Run that fastball in on those righties. Use that split occasionally, but that fastball is a very important pitch, especially against this lineup.
Yeah, you see that sign right there that says believe him faster. That's what Shohei's going to believe in. Believe in the fastball going after these Padre hitters. They've been late on fastballs. You got to attack him with the fastball today. Continue doing what you're doing with your off-speed pitches. That's been the key to him, for me this year, is his ability to establish the fastball and then just follow the off-speed pitches behind that fastball. So continue to do that today.
Just dominant stuff we've seen every single time out from Shohei Ohtani when he's pitching.
Now Shohei Ohtani takes the ball and burying the lead a little bit, just talking about him right now, but back to two-way duties tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be in the leadoff position, and the pitching, I think, is going to be outstanding. He will default to the fastball, which the Padres don't hit very well, and the sweeper in a jam, but he's got some other pitches that are effective, too.
Down to the field now. Here's Kirsten Watson.
Thank you, Joe. Well, for Shohei Ohtani, he's making his 8th start of the regular season, but only his 4th as a two-way player, as they've been managing some of that early fatigue and even some of those offensive struggles. If you look at on his start dates when he's been at the plate as well, it's only 1 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. But if you look recently, his last 6 games, got a 6-game hit streak coming into this when they feel like he's in a really good spot offensively right now. And they're looking to stay atop of the NL West. So Dave Roberts said that he wanted to go with a full-strength lineup, and that included Shohei Ohtani being out there. They believe he's in a really good spot right now, guys.
For the Dodgers side of things, it's going to be Shohei Ohtani who's going to lead off. The last couple of starts, they've given him a little bit of a blow to reset him a bit, and he hasn't hit on the days he's pitched, but he's back in there tonight.
Yeah, normally we see that, and you mentioned this, Dave Roberts, we were talking about it before the show, talked openly about just wanting to give him a reset. What was the reset for? The reset was going 18 games, hitting $180, and they felt like maybe this was taking a little bit of too much stress on him by doing the combination pitching and hitting on the same night, and I get it. I mean, it's one thing to be able to pitch a ball game, it's a whole other thing to be able to do it and focus as a hitter as well, but he's back in there. They feel like he's had enough of a break, and let's face it, he's been hitting the ball well for the last 6 ball games. He put up the numbers, they're going to get a chance to be in that lineup, so he's back in there tonight. Double whammy, double force, should be fun.
The Dodgers feature Shohei Ohtani. He's been terrific.
And the eyes of Showtime are upon us tonight. The ERA, these are Major League ranks. ERA first, .82. Opponent's OPS, on base plus slugging second. The thing is, the whip, .82, not a lot of time for these hitters to make some noise against Ohtani. Hopefully they make some noise tonight.
Coming up, insight into Ohtani.
Some runs early here tonight.
Didn't have any of them on Monday night. The 1-0 Padres win. 5-4 Dodgers last night. Back from down 4-2. Padres had been 8-0 in games decided in the last at-bat. Dodgers handed them their first loss in that fashion. And now in the finale, off we go with a towering drive on the first pitch. Did he get enough? Merrill can't get there. It's gone. First pitch of the game. The pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue. Shohei Ohtani.
He has been getting hits in this hot streak from line to line. And this one over the fence. No interference from the fan, even though one had a Dodger jersey on. That would have been interesting if the Dodger fan would have got involved in that.
Welcome to the game, Randy Vasquez. Ball and a strike on Betts. Unreal. It's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
And it turns out to be the rubber game after the Padres took game 1. Dodgers bounce back in game 2. And here we go. First pitch from Randy Vasquez is swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. Merrill is back at the wall. He will leap, and it is gone. Home run for Ohtani on the first pitch of the ball game. He's their starting pitcher, and he just homered to begin the game.
We've seen Jackson Merrill snatch him back with the best of them. We see Fernando and Wright. This one off the bat, it's high, it's deep. Jackson's got a beat on it, and he times it just out of his reach for the home run. What a great effort by Jackson. And with one swing, the Dodgers are on the board.
We're shut out in game 1, but these last 2 games, how have you seen this offense just come back together to put yourself in a position to win this series?
It just we putting together good at bats all over around. Mookie is having a good week. He's hitting the ball really hard, having good at bats today. He has, I think, 2 hits, a double and a hit. Freddie has 2 doubles today. Shohei had a homer, so it's a good sign when from top to bottom of the lineup having good at-bats and good contacts.
You mentioned Shohei Ohtani. What was it like just watching him grind through 5 innings of work, but 5 shutout innings?
I mean, he's Shohei. We expect that from him every time he steps on the mound or in the home plate. good things happen when he's healthy and ready to go.
So a great weapon to have when your starting pitcher can bat leadoff and start the game with a home run like Shohei Ohtani did tonight, Adrian, tying Jock Peterson third most in franchise history in terms of leadoff home runs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Shohei, the good thing I like about him is that he was ready to go. He gets a fastball up and in right here, and he is just ready to go from the get-go, and he gets the head out. Let me tell you, that is a deep part of the ballpark right there. Almost was robbed, but we talked about in the pregame, he's been swinging the bat so well because he's staying square. He let that ball get real deep until the last second and then pulled the trigger. He didn't open up, and that's how he's able to cover that up and in fastball. Great mechanics, great swing, great result because of that.
I love the fact we call our shot. It was around 6:25. I'm sure Shohei Ohtani and the rest of the guys were watching us while they're getting stretched out before the game. And we talked about our call shot. I'll tell you what, Shohei Ohtani came through in a big way.
So now he's behind only Davey Lopes and his teammate Mookie Betts. Dodgers franchise history with leadoff home runs. I got a feeling he might climb pretty high on that list before he's done playing. But Jerry, going back to Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher tonight, and you mentioned he didn't have his best stuff. He certainly didn't have his best command, but somehow he finds a way to navigate through 5 scoreless innings, made a huge pitch on Tatis to get out of a big jam to keep it scoreless.
And listen, when you go to the mound, and Clayton Kershaw's talked about this in the past. I know Sandy Koufax, Don Newcomb used to talk about it. You go out to the mound, sometimes you're just not going to have your best stuff. But your job is to give your team a chance to win that night. Go what you got. You know, as a golfer, you may not be hitting the driver well. Maybe put the driver down and make sure you get on the fairway and give yourself a chance. Well, that's what Shohei Ohtani did on the mound. Making sure, yeah, the first couple innings, they kind of worked him a little bit. Give the Padres credit. Fouled off some pitches, some tough pitches, kind of worked him over a little bit, but he bend but didn't break. And I thought this was the backbreaker for them. Bases loaded, Tatis Jr. is up, who can absolutely fly. He's going to be tough to double up. Mookie Betts does an outstanding job getting that ball and firing to Kim right away, and Kim does a great job turning the double play because, you know, Tatis Jr. is absolutely getting down that line. 6-4, 3 double play, and you saw the emotion. Shohei Ohtani knew that may have been his last pitch because 88 pitches may have seemed like the 110, the way there were some stressful pitches there. So great job, Show. 5 strong innings to get the win.
Well, Dave, first, just with Shohei Ohtani tonight, what were you seeing from him as he navigated through 5 innings? Did it feel like it was a grind, but also just how he was able to do it?
I thought it was a little bit of a grind in the sense that I don't think he felt his best. I think in that 3rd or 4th inning, you can see kind of him putting the governor on his fastball and just managing it and then reaching back for more when he needed to. So I don't think he had his best stuff tonight, but, you know, he found a way to, you know, get big outs when he needed to. Got that fielder's choice, you know, to hold the runner at third base right there. Got a big double play. So, yeah, it was good. And, you know, 5 innings, you know, the pitch count got up there, and I felt that was all he had to give us tonight.
Shohei, when you look at how you were able to grind through these 5 innings of work today, how did you find you felt on the mound and navigating through their lineup?
調子は良くなかったと思いますけども、5回投げ切れて相手の打線の印象とかどう抑えたんですかとか。そうですね。まあ今日までの1週間もあんまり投げ心地が良くなく入ってきてちょっと不安な感じはありましたけど。結果的に勝てては良かったですし、内容的にはやっぱりそこまで良くはなかったのかなと思ってます。Yeah, a lot of uncertainty coming into this outing because the field wasn't great, and so the results were good, but you know, as you saw, the process wasn't that great.
When it comes to that uncertainty, where do you think that came from? Was it something you felt during his bullpen ahead of the game, or was that something you felt just coming into the start in general?
ちょっと不安だったところっていうのは要素はどこでした？まあ投げ心地自体がそこまで良くなかったので、やっぱ自分の中のパフォーマンスのレベルとして高いものが出せるかどうかっていうのが一番しっくりきてなかったかなと思います。Just overall feel, you know, I have a pretty high standard in terms of performance, so it didn't really match.
Shohei, we saw a lot of emotion out of you after you got Tatis to ground into that double play to end the 5th inning. Where did that all come from, and was that a peak to how much competitive spirit you have inside of you?
ダブルプレーで感情を見せたんですけども、そういう感情を見せる場面っていうのはすごくピークの
試合のピークでしたか？
そうですね、結果的にダブルプレーになりましたけど、その前のフォアボールがやっぱり一番良くなかったですし、あの回の入り自体もそこまですっきりするものではなかったので、結果的には良かったですけどね、そこまでに至るまでがあんまり良くなかったなと思ってます。
I love the results, but I walked the guy before, and that wasn't quite exactly what I wanted to do there. So, just the results were good.
監督によるとピッチング、バッティングの翔平っていうのは違うもんだと言ってましたけども、なぜでしょうか？
そうですね、1本ホームラン打ったからといって、それが勝ちにすごく貢献するかっていうのが分からないのがバッターですし、6回、7回しっかりゼロで抑えれば、ほとんどの試合が勝てるようにできているのが先発ピッチャーなので、そこは少し比重としてはやっぱり1試合に対する思いっていうのは違うのかなと思います。
It's just the probability of winning the game, going deep into the game, 6-7 innings. You know that the probability does go up. Hitting a homer is just really contextual. So in that moment, I just knew that, as a pitcher, when it's a crucial moment.
You're the only pitcher to lead off a game with a home run, and you've done it twice. But tonight, how much did that change the game to have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the first inning?
投手として先頭バッターホームランは誰もやってないんですけども、1対0でマウンドに上がれるっていう心地よさっていうのはどう感じてます？
一番はやっぱり先制点を上げない、ピッチャーとして上げないようにっていう気持ちで今日の試合は臨んではいたので、その前に1点入って、1番がね、いい仕事をまず最初にしてくれたという感じかなと思います。
Yeah, the goal was to, as a pitcher, to not give up the first run. So I'm glad I was able to not do that, and happy that we were able to score first.
With everything you said about how you're feeling physically, the uncertainty, how much did adrenaline from this playoff atmosphere get you through it?
状態や不安とかある中で、こういう環境で、特にプレーオフっぽい環境で投げれたっていうアドレナリンっていうのが助かったんですかねと。
投げて投げてればこういう試合っていうのは必ず来るとは思うので、そういう試合でどういうピッチングをするかっていうのは、調子がいい時以上に大事かなとは思うので、球場の雰囲気的にもすごく締まりがあっていい、昨日もそうでしたけどね、いいゲームが多いなとは思ってます。
I really measure myself when I don't really feel that great and in pitching in crucial games. So this was one of those games. 二刀流するしないっていう中で今回結果残して、その結果を残すっていう大事なところっていうのは余計感じますかと。二刀流している最中。
そうなんですけど、そこはもう完全に分けるようにはしているので、打つと投げるとは、同時にはやってますけど、あまりお互いに作用しないようにやっているつもりではいるので、そこまで気にはしてないかなと思います。
I don't really place much importance on that. I do compartmentalize the hitting and pitching portion. At least that's my intention.
Shohei got a big double play in the 5th inning. You got a huge one in the 8th inning. Could you feel the momentum of the game change in those two big spots?
100%. Yeah. I mean, Shohei was really good the first couple innings, and he ran into some traffic. He made a huge pitch, got a double play, and got us out of it. So that was exciting.
First pitch of the ball game, setting the tone tonight. Shohei Ohtani would drive it out of the ballpark. Give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. They would never look back. Jackson Merrill goes up, gives it a shot. And unfortunately, a couple innings later, Jackson would leave the game. That's just part of what we got to tell you about on the post-game show. Good to have you just the same. Bob Scanlon, Mike Pomeranz with you. Dodgers take 2 out of 3, 4-0 the final. Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight. Now, as we mentioned, leads off the ball game with a home run. That really was the only run he needed. But what you think of the Padres' approach to him tonight?
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, Ohtani had really good stuff. There you see the sweeper. The sweeper was there. The fastball is there. He actually stuck with those two primary pitches tonight, Mike, almost 80% of the time between those two offerings. And why not? They were very effective. But what the Padres did well tonight, obviously they weren't able to get any runs against Ohtani, but they did a nice job of working some deep counts. In other words, they made Ohtani work. This was the first time all season long that he had not gone at least 6 innings. The Padres forced him to throw at least one more pitch per plate appearance than he's thrown all season long. There were no quick three-pitch strikeouts. We saw some long at-bats. The Andujar at-bat early on for 11 pitches. We saw Laureano put together a 9-pitch at-bat as well. The point is, the Padres made him work, they made him battle, and they forced Dave Roberts to take him out of the ballgame earlier than he would have, and that's exactly what the Padres wanted to do. If you can't score off him, get him out of the game as quickly as you possibly can, because we know how good the Padres are at scoring against opposing bullpens. Unfortunately, they weren't able to forge that comeback.
I honestly thought they were going to have him out of the game in the fifth. It turned out after the fifth, but the Padres were down 3-0. Bottom of the fifth inning, they had an opportunity, first and third, Bob, and nobody out.
Yeah, first and third, nobody out, and Ohtani's a little bit on the ropes. You got the comeback where he does a nice job of checking the runner at third, goes to second base, gets the force out. So now you got first and third with one-out situation. Freddie Fermin works the walk. Now you got bases loaded, one out, and the man, Fernando, coming to the plate, exactly who you want. Unfortunately, a first pitch sweeper. He grounds it out. Custom-made 6-4-3, and you see how fired up Ohtani is right there. This is one of those situations where this is really the turning point of this ball game. You've got Fernando up there. We know how he normally gets up for the Dodgers, and you expect him to do something dynamic, and he had the opportunity right there. Unfortunately, Ohtani making a great pitch with that sweeper down and away, and Fernando rolling it over. That was really one of the turning points of this ball game.
Good pitchers. We knew we were in for a test. It's always fun to battle against the best. We battled them as tough as we could and came out on the short end of the stick.
How did you process the team's inability to scratch runs across when you did have opportunities tonight?
Yeah, you're right. We had some opportunities. We definitely had some opportunities to break it open, and a couple double plays, nip that in the bud. So, we got to come up with a hit in that situation or a good at bat, and we just weren't able to tonight.
Generally speaking tonight, I know this is a very, very small victory, but it seemed to be indicative of what you guys have done at the plate more. You got Shohei out after 5, first team to do that, longer at bats. I mean, have you felt like you are seeing progress?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to count that as a win in the major leagues. It only counts at the end of the day if you're ahead in the scoreboard. Moral victories, we don't keep track of those. But in the way that we took at bats, it was a positive way of us sticking to a game plan that we had decided before the game and tried to execute it. Now the other part of that is how do you execute it and then score runs with it? We're slowly but surely, I think, getting there. We had a good weekend in Seattle. We had a good second game here against the Dodgers, but the first and third games were, kind of tough on us.
You want every day to have 9-10 hits, but it's tough. First day we faced Yamamoto against King. It's going to be a pitcher's duel. So, and it was pretty much as advertised, and it's hard to get hits in this league. I can tell you that.
Ohtani's like the latest in an endless string of starting pitchers that really good stuff are really good. Where did he rank? How was he tonight?
I mean, 5 shorties, right?
Mm-hmm.
That double play was big for him, man. That double play was big. His pitch count was getting up. I don't know how hard Toddy hit it, but it was definitely over 100. And for you to double up Toddy, he had to hit it hard. So, just right at Mookie, turned it. Kim, nice, flipped to first. I mean, just go to the hole, we got 2 runs.
And that's kind of all you can really hope against Ohtani is that you're going to capitalize on those situations. Is that a problem?
I don't know how many mistakes he made. I mean, I don't feel like he made much mistake to me personally, but he was good around the edges today. He was some innings he was battling command issues, whatever. But the great ones always find a way. And it's just the way it is. And he found a way today, and we didn't.
Are you aware that somebody in this studio thinks Shohei Ohtani should not be starting a baseball game, let alone pitching in a baseball game ever again? Are you aware of that?
Is it Chris?
This was Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday, 8 days ago.
Enough with the pitching sideshow. Ohtani needs to go back to hitting only, or the Dodgers not going to make the NLCS.
So you think he's not hitting well because he's pitching?
1,000%. I don't know how you could dispute that. Guy doesn't pitch for 2 years. We see 50-50 in the greatest offensive player we've ever seen. Now we're back to pitching? What is he hitting, 240?
It's just baseball, man. It happens. It just happens.
I don't know. I went to a couple games over the weekend. Didn't hit the broadside of a barn.
I hear you. I get it.
Something's off.
I know. You got Braves mania over there.
Enough with the pitching. No one cares.
That's
we're there
not
to
true.
see. We're there, yes,
Untrue. No one
cares.
cares.
It is true. We're
Untrue.
there to see you hit.
Untrue.
We're there to see you hit. We're not there to see you do something cool every fifth day. We're there to see you do something awesome every day. Let's hit. I don't know how you could dispute anything I said in that clip.
Except the next game, he didn't.
Well, the next game he threw 7 shutout innings.
Yeah. So
great. How do you do at the plate?
Oh, let's check it out. I think Smitch even created a graphic.
How do you do at the plate? Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hit 522.
Great, and he's pitched one game. This just proves my point.
Oh,
this is not the own on me that you think it is.
I think we all think that it is.
No, I said stop pitching so you can hit. Okay, he's pitched one time, and in the other games when he hit, he's hitting. I am right. You guys are insane.
Chris, you're adding to the hostile work environment, and you're messing with my chakra. I don't appreciate it.
I don't know what any of that means.
Shohei Ohtani can do whatever he wants.
But he started hitting that night, and then he pitched the next day, and he threw shutout innings. And then since then, in between starts, is
anyone can win the lottery.
So tonight is him. It's him against the Padres.
Tonight is it. He's doing both, right?
I don't know if he's hitting.
He will not do both of them well if he's pitching and hitting tonight. Okay. That's my point.
So if he doesn't
pick one, okay, be a pitcher or be a batter.
Here we go.
Oh, this is
he's. By the way, to be fair, first of all, that's an overreaction Monday.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's overreaction.
But number
sometimes
two,
it's
he's
real.
backing his play here because you have been saying this basically since he started doing both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his arm blows out, and he's like, "See, I told you."
Yeah, when did
and
that
then he's hitting like crazy.
First of all,
but the Dodgers cannot afford to take somebody whose ERA is less than 1 out of their rotation.
They have 7 good starters.
And he might
let him pitch in the playoffs.
So trying to make us use our stuff.
What does it care if he does this in May? Big deal.
Without him pitching.
Just wanted to bring that up.
They won back. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Great point by Mike. They have won back-to-back World Series with him not pitching.
I hate to say it. That's why I became a fan.
That's why he became a fan.
There you go.
You became a fan because we're awesome.
I have. Let's do this.
I'm just sorry that our guests here have to witness
That's
this.
not true at all.
Oh, their guests are witnessing greatness.
Hey, go blue.
Yeah. Anyone who says they're always right and never wrong, guest, I don't know.
I'm basically the Ohtani of this show.
Battle. That was April 15th between Francisco Lindor and Shohei Ohtani. Dan O'Dowd, take us inside. What stood out about that particular at-bat with Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight?
Lauren, thanks. D-Row.
Let's go.
Okay, we're going to talk about, to me, one of the aspects of the game that no one ever really talks about. And it's a simple concept called rhythm. There's nothing in the game of baseball that doesn't require rhythm. Definition for me of rhythm is putting your body into the right movement patterns to be able to execute the skill. So before we get into that, let's just talk about rhythm on the field in general. When a catcher gets down and gives his sign, he now gets in a position of rhythm so he can beat the ball to the spot. As an infielder, what was your rhythm?
Yeah, it was one, two, boom.
Rhythm to try to put yourself in position to be on time and in movement patterns to be able to execute a skill.
Work it into good hops.
Same thing in the outfield. You're in a position of rhythm to be able to get a good first step to be able to execute a skill and beat the ball to the spot. But there's no place on the field that the battle of rhythm is more prevalent than the pitcher versus the hitter. The pitcher is trying to interrupt the hitter's comfort level of rhythm, and the hitter is trying to dance with the pitcher. And then we'll talk about how that has a little bit dissipated now in the modern age of hitting. Nobody in the game, to me, is a more rhythm-based hitter than Frankie Lindor. I think his game revolves around impeccable timing based upon the rhythm he creates for his movement patterns. So let's go through it. Early in this at-bat, look at how comfortable Frankie is, D-Row.
Yeah.
Look at his rhythm. Okay, let's wind that back just a little bit. Look at his hands, look at his body, look at his rhythm to the pitcher. Even though he swung and missed at this pitch, you can go, he is really, really comfortable.
No doubt.
Really comfortable. Look at that take. No, no panic at all. Oh, look at that take.
Saw it big. He's
okay. Now, and look at that. Now look at him look. Okay. Now it changes. Ohtani, right here, after this, Ohtani recognizes. Most pitchers are going to go hard. Ohtani goes soft. Japanese players are great at doing this. Quick pitched him. Right there. Threw a changeup, got him out in front.
Okay.
He altered his delivery. Another cutter up top, sweeper. He doesn't look at this. That's a quick pitch right there. Hardly. Let's back that up real quick.
Saw that.
Let's back that up. Now watch Frankie's look at his face. Back it up all the way. Go back. Okay. Right there. Now watch him quick pitch here. 3-2 count. No leg left. Look at he throws a change. Four-seamer way. Look at Frankie's smile. That's an example of respect that Frankie knew earlier in that at-bat. He had him.
Francisco was on everything. That's why he had to make something up on the fly to get him out.
Art of pitching. He didn't go hard. He went soft. And like we had Yoshida in Colorado, another Japanese pitcher, was great at doing this. Understand how to interrupt the hitter's rhythm at the plate.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。